What's up, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day. I'm Jacob with Very Good Knife Company. If you're new to the channel, welcome in. If you've been here a while, welcome back. I'm happy to have all of you. So, first and foremost, let me just say thank you to everybody who picked up a knife on the drop this weekend, and thank you to everybody who supports Very Good Knife Company. No matter how big or small, I appreciate all of you to the moon and back. Thank you very much. So, my eyes are extremely dry this morning for whatever reason. In fact, I have some really expensive eye drops because my eyes are dry all the time. It's hereditary, but it's very breezy, so I threw on the sunglasses. I was going to try and do this without, but anyway, doesn't matter. First update, the t-shirts. So we put those up for pre-order back in July, and there was a mix-up on the dates when we needed them by. When the time actually came, the t-shirts got sent to our old address. Even though the last t-shirts we got went to our new address and came without a problem, we thought we had that resolved. Doesn't matter. Our $400 order of t-shirts got sent to the old address, and I can only assume, with given our fantastic relationship and history with that they just went in the dumpster or got burnt. Doesn't matter. The t-shirts finally got replaced, and they showed up on Friday. So the t-shirts are going to be going. If you got a t-shirt on order, they're going out tomorrow. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. And if I was making them, it would have been totally different. But I'm not in the t-shirt business. But anyway, they made it right, and I appreciate them. It's just been a waiting game. So anyhow, next update, this coming week's drop will probably be really small. In fact, it might only be 2 knives. I didn't have plans for a run this week. I've been planning to run some first strikes and counter strikes. First strikes in Nitro V, counter strikes in AEBL. That's the steel I have on hand for those. And I was planning on running them before Georgia Bushcraft, and I'm still going to, but they're not going to happen this week. I've got a handful of orders that I'm going to try and get caught up on, whatever ones that I can get caught up on, which the board has grown a good bit, but it's not crazy. So I'm going to focus on that primarily next week, and I have a Signature Series blade on the bench that needs handles, and then I have another blade that just needs to be ground, and then it can get finished out as well. But I'm going to try and get those 2 finished up this week along with what orders I have. Also, I'm going to get some blades cut out for the next week's run, which will be first strikes in Nitro V and counter strikes in AEBL. That's what's coming, not this coming week, not this Friday, but the next Friday. So that's what's happening. And what they're going to be in, I don't know. I don't know. I do not know. I've just been running what I have an abundance of, as far as materials go, handle materials. This week's drop was the Adventure Juniors, and it was almost entirely all green. I was just feeling the green when I started the handles. Had a big time supporter, Sean Zanino, was in the chat, and he's like, do some grip tech. So I did some grip tech, and I have Flow Green Grip Tech and OD Green Grip Tech, and those are 2 of my favorites. So, and then I have an excess of green micarta, but I didn't want 4 green Adventure Juniors in micarta, so 2 Nats. Anyway, I was feeling the green. Almost the entire run is green, so I thought it was cool. Good looking run anyway. We've been having some serious fights with nature trying to get pictures, because I have slept on getting a new photo booth, a light box. Mine crapped the bed a couple weeks ago about a month ago now, and it's not even that expensive. They're like $40 on Amazon. That's what that one was anyway. I don't know. I just keep sleeping on it. Maybe I'll go in and do that here in just a minute. Go get a new light box so I can take some proper pictures, better pictures. Because the picture I've got, some of them are okay, most of them are not. Anyway, doesn't matter. The website. So I was going to drop a video last weekend, and in fact, not this past Friday, but the Friday before last, I actually made a Sunday chat video, recorded it and everything, and forgot to drop it. And it was entirely on the website. It was just about the website. So I've talked about this already before, and I talked about it a little in the live streams this past week. But we are using Wix as a web host and have been using Wix for years and years. A long time. In fact, I've built 6 websites with Wix, and I like it. It's done okay, but we've started to outgrow what it's capable of, and which is a good thing. But it's been bad for the website, and the biggest issue though is that Wix did an update, and pretty much everything on our entire website, all the video players, the slide boxes for the pictures, I mean all the picture boxes, text boxes, pretty much everything on the entire website is outdated and it's not supported by the new platform. So if I'm already outgrowing the platform, the capabilities of the platform, because Wix is good for smaller businesses and growing businesses, but once you've started growing past a certain level, then there are things that Shopify does better. So if everything's already outdated and I'm already not doing well with it and I have to rebuild it all over again, I'm just gonna go rebuild it somewhere else. So that's what I did. I've already built a new website, and it has not been launched yet. We have not changed over to that yet. Now, last week I was anticipating it being this Adventure Junior drop being the last drop on the old website, and I think that's plausible. I think it's possible that over the next week, with not having to worry about a drop and just doing some orders, I'll be able to focus on finishing it out. Right now, our biggest issue is learning the new platform, because we don't want to, dive into anything and not know what we're doing and have issues and not know how to fix them, because we've got the Wix system figured out. We know what we're doing there, at least how to run the website and how to run drops and customer service and whatnot, but we have not learned that yet on Shopify, so we're working on it, and that's pretty much all we're held up on. So last week's Sunday chat was supposed to be talking about what we're getting rid of, and we're gonna delete like 90% of the pages on the website, and don't panic just yet. I'm doing my best to make it as simple or more simple than the current website, and as informative, user-friendly, things that I'm not going to have on the website anymore. I actually have a list on the phone that I'm recording this on right now, because the week before I recorded it on the business phone so I could use my phone to read off the list of pages that I'm closing up, which is like 18. I have like 65 pages on the current website. It's total bogus, absolutely unnecessary, and it's jammed up all my storage, and it's done wrong. So we're trying to make it right. But knife care page, the process, shop tour, a lot of those informative written out text pages, analytics show that people just don't visit them. And there are a handful of people that do. And but here's the thing. I don't really need a process page on the website. I would rather just have a link to the YouTube, because I'm live all the time showing the entire process. So unnecessary. Same for knife care, same for shop tour. I mean, if you're watching me make it, you're already getting a tour of the shop. So, which I show all of the shop all the time. So, Wix is doing away with blog pages anyway. So even if I was to keep this website, the blog page is going to get deleted either way. I don't have time to keep up with it. I don't have time to continue to write anymore. It just kind of is what it is. But that page is not going to be on the new website. There's going to be a very, very, very minimal amount of pages on the new website. That's just the way that Shopify does things. They want it super simple. That's the way they build their platforms and templates and things for you to go off of. Anyway, there are a whole bunch of pages on the current website down in the footer, and the majority of those are going to be going deleted. So as far as the specials page and the signature series, I'm going to try and make a gallery page and make sure that I at least have some pictures of the signature series, just to keep it up to date on what the number is, on what the current series number is. Right now it's number 14 or 15. I could be wrong on that. Maybe it's 14. Anyway, I still want to keep everybody in line with that, those that are interested. As far as the specials and the fat carbon stuff goes, so what I'm actually going to what I'm trying to do right now is just get product pages for everything and put them all in the store. Instead of there being an all models page, all models will just be in the store now, whether they're discontinued or not. And they'll say discontinued, and what I mean by discontinued is I'm not doing runs of them. Doesn't mean I won't make you one. I'm just not doing runs of them, because they just don't sell, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I cast a wide net with all the models, and you guys let me know what you like, and that's just the way it is. But the all models page will cease to exist. Right now, the all models page is a page in its own, and every single model is its own page. So that's changing how the website flows. It's changing the uploading rate, and it's just too much. So it doesn't need to happen. What we're going to do is just do options and lots of things. Another thing that I'm thinking of doing is a build your own knife with different steel options, different handle options, all the different whatever models and corresponding steel that I have at that current time. I'll have a build your own or build it your way kind of knife. So I'm thinking of doing that. I think that'll be a good option, because I still have a whole bunch of people wanting things that I just don't have in stock or in the store, or handle materials that I'm not running currently but I might have on the shelf. I don't know. We're gonna try and get that website launched and up and running, in which you may not even know any different. You might just go to the website one day and it's different, because that's the way it's going to be. It's just we're just going to be changing the domain over because it's already all built. So anyway, I think I've covered all the bases with that. Georgia Bushcraft. What's going on with Georgia Bushcraft? So we have no plans to cancel or intentions of canceling, or there's no panic, or we're gonna make it to Georgia Bushcraft this year. We're gonna make it to Georgia Bushcraft this year. This is the third year that I've been trying to go, and every year something happens. This time of year is slow. It's consistently slow every year, and with all that in mind, with the experience in mind, it's important for us not to worry about any of it, because it'll pick back up. We'll be okay. But things are slow. Things are very slow, and doesn't matter. We're gonna make it to Georgia Bushcraft. Right now, I've got a good stock. If we were to go tomorrow, then I'm happy with what I got. I won't even make anything else, because I have a lot of knives left. About 30 knives still left on the shelf. So that's okay. Those are table fillers. If we end up with that at the end of October, then I'm taking them all off the website, because Georgia Bushcraft is the next weekend. First weekend in October or November. Maybe it's the second, because the first weekend in November is like, the first is like Saturday. I don't know. I think the first is a Saturday. I'm pretty sure. But we're gonna make it this year. We'll be all right. And I will have some of the bushcrafting models, or the utilitarian, less of the work knives and more of the outdoors knives. Is what I'm gonna have there. So right now I've got tributes and adventures and ramblers set aside. I've got some walkabouts set aside. Lots of things that suit the event. Things that suit the event. So those are the things that I'm going to be working on, and I'm not going to spend a whole bunch of time prepping on it either. It'll just be what it'll be. That's just the way it is. Blade Show was insane. The preparation for Blade Show was insane. It would have been different if I would have had more time, if I would have started sooner, but even still, maybe it wouldn't have been any different. It was a great show, and we ended up parting with like 35 knives, and I showed up with almost 100. Was it necessary? No, it wasn't. Will I do it again? Yes. But Georgia Bushcraft is not Blade Show, so I'm not working myself to death over it. I'm not going to do it for Blade Show next year either. I'm going to make some more knives and have better preparation, because I'm already in, and I know this a whole 6 months earlier than I did for Blade Show last year. So that changes things already. There was no reason for me to set anything back starting in November, December, when I didn't even know if I was getting in until like March. So big change there. Anyway, the last thing that I wanted to talk about is the Buderus thing. And so they sold 2 units of their steel manufacturing. I don't even know, but there's an article on it. There's a couple articles on it, and I haven't found any information that supports the word on the street, the rumor of ADCR V2, Nitro V, you know, a good handful of other good steels that we all know and love. I haven't found any information that supports that. Although I haven't really found anything that's super clear. Nobody's really come out and set the record straight. As this thing kind of snowballs, I'm sure more will come out. Who knows what's going to happen? Who knows? It'll be what it'll be, and there's nothing I can do about it. So there's no sense in worrying about it and expending any more energy into panic than need be. It'll be what it'll be. I'll go whatever direction that I feel is best. So, anyway, I'm just rambling at this point. I appreciate all you guys' support, no matter how big or small, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.